All right, back with more blueprints. Day number 56 coming up here, and I haven't played for a few days, but I have had some recent thoughts on some things. First off, I'm very excited to see what the Blessing of the Monk does for us today. We ended our last run on day 55 in room 46. So that's going to be the number one thing we want to check. A few other things that we definitely want to do. Continue with the lab experiments. I think that's really important, not only for the tunnel and moving those crates, but we have a lot of letters, I think, waiting for us in the mailroom. So we want to check that out and see what is possibly sent to us there. Want to do the throne room exhibit together. Oh, and we did have, I did completely forget that we had the sauna last time. So we had almost a full house. Looks like we left a room actually open, which is weird. I guess I must have not even noticed that that was open, which is really strange. But it's okay. We're not worried about getting a full house trophy. We already have that, but really want to get the closed exhibit somewhere in the middle of the house so that we can build around it and hopefully get to the back side of it. I believe that's where we're going to find a way to get to the crown somehow. I don't know if it's just going to remove the what's in the way there, but so we're going to do that for sure. But I have had a thought about another reason to have Blessing of the Monk, and unfortunately this is the last day we have it, so I think, if I believe this to be correct, if you called a day in a room in your house, you will have the opportunity to draft that room from the grounds the following day. I believe we have one more opportunity at Blessing of the Monk. So we do have to decide what room it is that we want for tomorrow to be affected by Blessing of the Monk. And I do have an idea for that. Just a matter of if we draft. There are a lot of rooms that I would actually like to see if they appear over here. But first things first, let's see if we can draft room 46 here. Wow, okay. Root cellar or tool shed, I'm totally fine just snagging room 46. That's kind of crazy. To see that just pop up here in the tool shed to be able to draft it, but let's see what happens. I don't know if anything different's gonna happen, but I think it's pretty cool to see what differences we can find in this room based on weird the window with the rocks back there. I don't know if anything seems overly different. There's no crown of the blueprints. Oh, there is something different here. Okay. Certified copy, property, deed. Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Oravai of Trinsdale. A new Finn Clark, Stationers, Reddington, Fen Aries. Satisfied of record 0513. Is that 1912? Whoa. Is this Lord Arthur Clementine? To Lady Oravai of Trinsdale. That is our great-grandmother on our grandpa's side. So our grandpa, Simon Sinclair, his mother, or also Herbert's mother. So that's interesting. The deed is actually to her? Of Trinsdale. Lord Arthur Clementine. I don't know if I've seen that name before. Certified copy of the property deed. May 13, 1912. What does that mean? And then we have a new Finn Clark, Stationers, Reddington, Fen Aries. A new Finn Clark Stationers. Weird. Weird. Okay. Oh, there's a next page. Hold on. Whoa. I thought this was it. Okay, hold on. I'm glad I read that. I have a bad habit of not reading what's down here sometimes on certain pages. We've experienced that before in a few different areas. And I did not even notice that there's a new second page, so I'm glad we checked that. Okay. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of Redington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Oravai of Trinsdale, the land, force, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of the Holly Leaf Mountain, Mount Holly, with all the rights, privileges, and appurtenances thereunto belonging. Boundaries. The property of Mount Holly consists of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain-spurring streams, and punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and saddle, spanning across 80-odd acres of land. The property is situated 80-odd acres. The property is situated southwest of Redington, bounded on the south by steep crags and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. Covenants. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise, and agree with Lady Oravai, her heirs, and assigns that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good right to sell and convey the same to the said Lady Oravai, her heirs, and assigns, and that I will warrant and defend the same against all lawful claims and demands whatsoever. In hand and seal I make my mark in the grand year of Fen Aries, 1912. Lord Arthur Clementine. Wow, okay, so Lord Arthur Clementine. So what's interesting is he signed it to our great-grandma. Not to our great-grandpa. Who I think was assumed. I believe his name was Thomas Sinclair, was the owner, but it was actually Lady Oravai. He sells it to, I'm assuming? Like, sells or gives. There's no note of like a payment. Gives Mount Holly Estate. Interesting. Down the rabbit hole we continue to go, because I have no clue what this means for us, but okay. Any other differences in here? Doesn't really appear so. Everything else looks about the same. Could do that. So what I'm gathering, I could be wrong, but what I'm gathering from when you draft a room in here is it like the outer room is like older. You found things like the tomb. It's kind of an unused older area. Like it was used for the schoolhouse, tomb, shrine, like those all seem kind of older areas, so it's maybe, it's hard to say, but we drafted the antechamber in here that had the sanctuary. Treasure Trove had a chest that we didn't know how to open. And now room 46 has a deed that's very old. 80 years old, over 80 years old. So when our family got the rights to the estate, so we weren't always... We didn't always own this estate, I guess. Lord Arthur Clementine. I don't know if that name sounds familiar at all. I will need to pay attention to that. Okay, cool. That's very cool. I don't know what to do with that information at the moment, but it definitely leads me to believe that drafting, maybe not every room is important in there, but definitely, like, we have chosen some good rooms to have available. Whoa, that's not what I'm trying to do. Do not call it a day. Hold on. Although if we drafted the entrance hall in there, it would be kind of interesting. That's one of the rooms that I've been kind of thinking about because you can't draft it. Kind of want to do rooms that are like unusual. But here's my thought. The one room that I want to now try drafting in there, I mean, like, throne room would be interesting. There's a lot of rooms that would be interesting. The room that I think I'm most interested, and I'm going to show why by sharing my screen. So this picture has, from Lady Clara's diary, it's been very confusing when I first ever saw it, because I looked at it and I went, there's not really anything there. I'm looking all over it. There's no, like, hidden thing somewhere. The only thing that stands out to me was the outer room. And that's what made me think, okay, this kind of looks like room. This looks like actually the room 46, but it looks like the antechamber. Like, if you take out these little squares, it's exactly how the antechamber is drawn everywhere. So I thought that was interesting, which is why I tried the antechamber. And I didn't really understand this picture until I realized I could draft a room into the outer room. Why I show this again is because there's another room that actually I think might be the real picture. And it's this one, the vestibule. Because it says in the description, it had served as the original antechamber in the old days before eventually being removed from the estate for having doors that were prone to becoming stuck. The original antechamber. I actually think it's possible that picture was drawn when the... I don't know for sure because of the dates and whatnot, but I think it is possible that that picture was drawn when the vestibule was the antechamber at the time. So we're gonna put that theory to the test. That is my goal, is to end my day in the vestibule. I also just think sweet, we got an early item. The other thing that makes me think that that is exactly what that is for is because the vestibule, like, to be honest, has nothing. It has nothing in it of importance. The only good value it has had for me is just that it has multiple doors. Otherwise, there's no lore, there's nothing to read. Like, the symbol in there, I have no clue what that does. Like, maybe that'll tell us more about what that symbol means. There hasn't really been much for that room. And I feel like that room definitely has some sort of important lore to it. So, I think I could get the break room. I'd like the kitchen, but let's grab the break room first. Let's get this game done. So, that's my thought. That's my theory. I would really like to grab the vestibule today. I would also, like I said, do lab experiments, mail room, try and do the throne room and exhibit. And I also am interested in the Mechanarium. And potentially, if we get enough rooms, we get enough mechanical rooms to try and see all 8 doors, possibly. But that might not happen today, and that's okay. Alright, let's do this. 1 squared is 1, plus 4 is 5, squared is 25, minus 15 is 10. Ooh, okay. So we're going to start with negative 9. We're going to divide that by 3, so that's negative 3. Then we're going to square it to get 9. Multiply it by 1 to get 9. Square it, or divide it by 3. And then square it again to get 9. Okay. Okay. 1 squared is 1. Times 1 is 1. Plus 1 is 2. Squared is 4. Times 5 is 20. Hey, let's go. I think we got the math. Hey, we got the key card too. That's beautiful. It's actually really nice, so we don't have to worry about getting locked out. Let's just draft and then we can come back. We'll take the commissary and I will definitely go by here. Love to get the magnifying glass. Love to get the sledgehammer. Honestly, and all of this is good. Now I will draft from here. I think I'll just take the den and then we'll come back. Even though we're leaving the gem behind. Because we know we can draft here. Okay. Chamber of Mirrors, I don't think I want right now. What are we on for luck? Can I see that? I probably should check that before I draft this, but I cannot. Since we have the information on what we get from rooms, we should probably check this earlier, but I'm gonna take it, hoping that we can snag a gem with it. Generally have been able to. Keys, I think. We did get 1 gem, and then I think that is Draxus the Dread, or the Dead. Is it? What are we at? 39? Where's it Florealis? I always confuse those two. Need 12 or 20? Let's count. Oh, that actually looks like 20. Those sometimes look so similar, it looks kind of like a face, so I think we're good to take that. Special flowers, that's awesome. Okay. Sometimes Florealis looks like a face to me. I think we could take Nursery here. Make sure we're just continuing our steps. And we'll get... I don't mind getting Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Not at all. Would like a gem, but I think we'll be okay. Okay. Could risk taking Dark Room here, but I kind of don't like it, so we're not going to. Plus, so I can get 2 more gems. Oh. More items. Love that. Yeah, Lucky Rabbit's Foot early is so good, and we've got green rooms with more chance of items, so really, if we get Bedroom Closet, we're going to be in really good shape here. Okay. The gems are in the black box, okay? This statement is of no help at all, okay? This box and the blue box are both false. Okay. So I'm gonna say this is true. Which means one of these is true and one of these is false. I think this might be true and this might be false. Because if this is true, then these are both false. Or if this box and the blue box are both false. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I think this is false. Because it means then this is true. This is obviously not helping. So I just think they're in the black box. Seems simple. Do we want to think about it in a different way? The only way we get an answer is this one. Like, this is the only thing that actually tells us where it is. So if that's false, then we would we wouldn't have an answer. We would have no idea if it was blue or white. So there's got to be a clear answer, I think, in this puzzle always. I'll take hallway. Get some dice. That's fantastic. Should be something lying around. What the heck? Oh, it's... How weird. My thing is just like on it. Couldn't even see it. Alright. I like West Wing Hall since it goes both ways. Ladyship's Chamber. We don't necessarily need that. Do we need to continue bumping up the number of items we can get? I think I'm still going to take a green room because it goes straight, because it should have some flowers in it. I hope. Yep. 2 gems. And then we can draft this corner room. Let's just take bedroom closet, get it out in a good spot. Key and a compass. Okay. Beautiful. Have a couple dig spots over here if we need. We do have car keys, so we could take garage here. Do that. Get some items. Get some keys. What's interesting is I'm not sure who wrote this, because it's not Denny. So who was the third person they were working with? Oh, you know who this is? I'm pretty sure I know who this is by the writing, now that I think about it. Let's see if I can find the picture and confirm. I'm pretty sure this handwriting is Bridget's. I recognize the like neat cursive from the note she left Robert Nogala. And I just gotta find the picture to confirm. The message about how to get into the how to get into the cloister. I mean, see if I can find like a letter that matches. She have like a capital B. Oh, that's the same S. Like, yeah, this is totally her. This is totally her. Interesting. So Bridget was in on it. I don't know what that like tells us, but I think it's interesting that she was the third person in on it and was definitely like much more sneaky. That kind of changes my perspective on messages from Bridget. Like, she had sent that message saying like, hey, like, I have this trip. Are we gonna go back to work? So I don't know. Is she worried about money? Okay, I'm gonna put that in the put that in the back of my mind. Just take the bedroom. Extra steps for it. Put that in the old noggin and think about it later, depending on... We have 5 dice. I don't know. I kind of want something that goes left, but obviously not chamber mirrors. I think we're gonna reroll once. Pantry is okay. Tunnel could be interesting for some reasons, but I'm not sure why. I'm sure there's something for tunnel. Whoa, what if you ended your day? Ooh. Now it's another one that's interesting to end our day in. What if we ended in tunnel? And got that into the outer room? Would we just keep... Would we keep just being able to tunnel through? Like, where would we end up? I have no clue. Could we go on forever? Utility closet's interesting, but that leaves us nowhere. What's interesting, I would like to use it, because I would like to go out to the garage, but I think we'll keep going. This gives us a gem, too. Definitely don't want lavatory. Okay, I'm going to do secret passage. And then what we want to do is here. This actually feels like a really good spot to try and get closed exhibit. It doesn't cost anything. Yes. This actually feels like a good spot for it. And I can re-roll for it. We're going to take red. If we don't get it, that's gonna suck. That's a lot of rerolls we're burning right here. Fudge. Okay. Damn. I felt like this was gonna be a really good spot for it because I could have wrapped around and potentially gotten into it, but damn. I'm worried about running out of dice, so we'll take starfish. Okay. Good on keys. We haven't gotten anything else, so I think we'll take lab. That room. I do want to get some experiments, so let's see. Okay. Set your steps to 40. Permanently increase your lockpicking skill. Could be good. Permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. I think I like that the most. We have 106 steps right now, so we're not worried about steps today. Plenty of allowance. Let's do each time you unlock or bypass a security door, since we have a key card. Let's look at packet management. Can we... That's alright, we can change any of these. I think we're good with what we have. I do want to log in. We can look at data transfers. Okay. I wonder when the next time we'll be able to do a data packet transfer. I actually want to try something. I want to try ordering a shovel because I just want to see if we can actually buy it. I don't think we can. We have never found a shovel since we've put the not the power hammer, but the drill basically into the coat closet, coat check. But I would be interested to see if we could get another shovel, because it's kind of annoying that the only way we can get a shovel is coat check. Mail, there's no new mail here. And then we want to get that. See if there's any staff announcements. Whoa, what's up? Is this a new name? Red? Four years following. Holy crap, hello. Okay, I was like, I don't recognize his name. Derpred. Derp, what's up? Hey, I'm great, how are you? Thanks for saying hey. I was like, the red part, I was like, wait, do I know that? But I didn't put it together in my head. Hey, I like the new name. I was just checking out your page. I like the new logo. That is freaking sweet. I love the like a knight, or it's a little small on my screen, but it looks cool. It's kind of like a warrior of some sort. Woo! Hell yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. What's up? How you doing? I'm doing great though. I've just got recently back into streaming, at least in the last like month or 2 months, but hadn't streamed in a while. Hope your streams have been going well. I've just been playing this game Blueprints, which I just absolutely love, so yeah. What you been playing these days? So what I was saying earlier about Bridget, she's like, it's been a month now. Does anyone know when we are expected to return to work? She seems kind of like everyone else is like very interested in what's happening with like Kimberly Thompson even is, like Anne is, but she's just like, it's been a month now. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm going good. I only really play CS, got picked. Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations. How's that going? I bet if you're on a team, you gotta grind. Oh, wait. New. Is it January 1st? Farewell 1993, hello 1994. The future is looking up and we're all looking forward to getting back to work. Happy New Year, Simon. Oh, snap. This might actually be New Year. That's cool. 1994. Okay. What else were we doing? Dang, dude, that's incredible. How did you guys do? I'm sure that was super fun. And where was the LAN? Okay. Where do we want to access? Part of me wants to do security, but I kind of want to do shelter because I feel like we can get security. And we can check to see when we start doing some experiments. Maybe we can unlock everything. Radiation monitor. That probably isn't going to have anything. As expected. Not good, but first time the whole team met. It was in Seattle. Oh, fun! Oh yeah. Are you do you live far from there, or are you more local to that area? Oh, my first time on the West Coast and first time on plane? On a plane. Oh, on a plane. Shoot. Holy crap. I hope your flight went well. That's pretty exciting. I'm from Oregon, so I've been to Seattle quite a few times. It's not super far for us. That's pretty cool. Welcome to the West Coast. We can take security now, or we could take... Yeah, let's take security. And we can turn up the... Okay. Have a salt shaker somewhere. Let's turn up the key cards, because then we can crank the... crank the security that we need. Okay. So we missed a salt shaker. Where did we miss that? Maybe in here? Okay. I think we're going to backtrack a little bit. We're getting a little far, and I want to make sure we have gems for later. We have so many steps, so I'm not particularly worried. There's a salt shaker, but it's not the end of the world if we don't find it. Wait, what the heck did I just do? I think I just walked back. I got so turned around there for a second. Whoops. That's funny. Okay. What are a few steps for us right now? Salt shaker. Okay. Well, we want to grab this gem, and then I think we want to definitely get some more... Oh, there's a salt shaker. I always miss that. Or I always miss things... I just always miss the salt shaker, because it's tiny. It's back here. Got a gem. There's something just so unique about this clock. Like, there's no other clock in the whole place like this. And this room has the most clocks. Like, is there something that could happen if we were in here at a specific time? I do not know. There's like a lot going on in this room that we've just never spent a lot of time in. And once we get it, we're kind of like, okay, we're through. I'm just taking corridor. I would actually rather save chapel for somewhere where we need multiple. Okay, we're gonna have to take corridor. Multiple routes. Good, good, good. This gives us some gems. I actually need more gems. It's kind of weird. If we get coat check, we are guaranteed to get a bunch of gems. Okay, drawing room's good. Get a gem through here. Can re-roll if we need. I like trophy room, but I do want something that has multiple routes here. So might seem weird, but we're gonna redraw so we can just keep filling up our house. Let's take dining room. Could take locksmith and try and buy like the secret garden key. Basically. Don't really need other keys at the moment. Hey, and we got it. Nice. Beautiful. this is where we could take Secret Garden. I think I'm just gonna use a regular for now. Not really hurting for steps. We have drawing room on the other side, so I'm just gonna take this. We can take a guess. Let's go. Why are we burning steps now? I mean, it's not terrible, but I'm confused. Weird. We have so many steps, I'm not like... How strange. Is it because of the guest bedroom? Like, that's the only thing that's changed. Hidden effect of a random bedroom at your draft pool. I guess it's because mine. I think something we did there changed that again to where we suddenly don't. I don't know. It's weird. Just take dark room here. Take something. What do we think? First? Okay. Guess I'll take the lavatory, get it out of the way. I think here we want to take something that costs steps, if it's possible. Because I just don't want to get archives or, especially not weight room. Skills unlocking pigs has improved. Beautiful. And we get another security door. It's fine. So we don't have a lot of gems, so at least in this case, we're not... At least in this round, you know, we don't have a lot of gems and we have a ton of steps, so actually this isn't the worst. It's weird, we're getting the effect of the hovel suddenly. I kind of want to redraw. I don't really like the positioning of this. I want something that goes right. Okay, we'll take Nook. Okay, what do we want? I think the queen power is actually the worst. Like, when would we ever want this? Each time you draft a room on the queen side of your house, lose 5 steps and gain 1 key. I don't know. I just... Unless there's some hidden effect to it, it seems bad. I'm good with this. We don't necessarily need... We don't necessarily need armory. Let's do that. We have options to redraw in the corners. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't feel like we're going to accomplish what we need to today. Not getting anything that goes down kind of sucks. Vault. And I just don't really like it. Really like to get mailroom still. It's kind of what I'm shooting for. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna reroll. Okay. Usually library is something we used to always want, but at this point I think we've kind of used up what we want from library. Coat check. Or treasure trove. Nah, let's grab coat check. Despite the fact that we now don't really need gems, we might as well dig. Weird. It's pretty rare we don't at least get something. Okay. That'd be kind of interesting getting in room 46 again today. Partially because I don't want to see if anything's different because we have two of them. But I really, really want vestibule. I'm gonna be kind of disappointed if we don't get it. Okay, left and right are open now. Could redraw here, but I'm actually happy to take conservatory. Rusty nail. Keys. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow. So Starfish Aquarium, I really like. It's a good. The tough part is here I want to make all of these like more common. Like I want to make them all basically at this level. Especially if we could remove the cost of attic, like that would be really strong. I'm a little nervous about making it too common while it's cost of 3. So I may leave it as unusual, but it's still a really strong room. I don't want to make anything too common, because then it kind of messes with the draft pool, but let's double check. We did axe it. Oh. Wait, what? Hold on. Can we update things that we've changed? Oh wow, would you like to use the conservatory to reset this floor plan's rarity to rare? So we can actually readjust if we made a mistake. Oh my god, please, dear lord. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Oh my god, the fact that I have been able to do this whole time. Yes, go back. Why is it not doing it? Would you like to use a conservator to reset this? Yes. Do it. Yes. Oh my god. That's the best thing ever. That is the best thing ever that I figured out. Okay. I'm so tired of getting that room. So let's look at what else we've changed. We did what we needed there. I mean, yeah, we can get doubles of some rooms, but it's just way too common. I would change it to, like, unusual, but the fact that I made it commonplace was abysmal. I would make Rumpus Room common. What else have we adjusted? Make this unusual again. I don't think so. I think it's fine. What else have we adjusted? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do some mouse. Pump room. I don't really need pump room anymore, so I am gonna send that to unusual. That's so nice. So you can, like, ugh. No, I like security, so we're gonna keep that. It's still useful. So if you, like, make something, that is so good. I've just never been in here and checked my directory. I would make code check common. No, I like conference room actually being a little more common because you kind of want to get it early. No, I like it being standard. I mean, honestly, Starfish Aquarium could totally be common if I wanted. That's so nice though. So if there's like a room that you're really, really wanting, it's fine. And you make it common, you don't get totally screwed. No, we're gonna keep that standard. I actually could have gone more rare on the bedroom closet, but okay. No, we want to keep that unusual. That's fine. So let's see, what else have we done? Bedrooms. Low door. Have we adjusted any of these? It's weird that bunk room is actually unusual. I feel like I get that so often. It's a double upgrade. Keep that rare. I think it's fine at unusual. It's interesting that West Wing Hall is standard and then East Wing is unusual. I can tell with how much more I drafted West Wing. No, go with the standard. Did I not switch? I thought I switched passageway. Okay. This is so interesting. Bookshop anymore. No, I'm good with it being where it's at. Feels like it's not in the way, but it does good when we need it to do. No. Keep it. You just don't want to get rid of too many rooms that have multiple doors, but can you even adjust these? I do want to do a classroom run again here soon, because I can get the final test. No. I think standard's still good. I was going to say I could make it common, but I think we'll get it plenty at standard. Just need to make sure we get closed exhibit. Okay. Okay. Idea. There might be a time when we go for furnace early. Then we get closed exhibit. We'll have throne room as standard. Okay. I could switch it. No, I think standard's fine. I mean, we could make it just super common. Interesting. Okay, I like that a lot though. That was really helpful. We'll just take aquarium. We get into 146. Plenty of steps. We got a silver key. Is there a coin back here? What the f... Apparently I missed that. More keys. More dice. I love that. I actually do really need dice for vestibule. We kind of got to go for vestibule. We could silver key it for the vestibule, or we could do it on the next. So here, because we have no guarantee that any of the next doors are going to be locked. Throne room. Okay. There's a weird off chance that we could get what we need. So let's take it. Okay. If this ends up being the two rooms we really want, closed exhibit or vestibule. If we get closed exhibit, I think we can make this work. It's in the right spot. Oh, redraw. Give me one more. Damn it. Okay. Second choice. Do we take tunnel? Or do we take treasure trove and in there again, but I'm gonna take tunnel. I might end in tunnel if we can't get vestibule. So we don't even have to go down. Go down. Okay. So, how interesting. The blueprint wasn't here. Just everything looks the same. Opportunity to earn and spread. Doesn't really matter. We have more than 2 shops because of aquarium. There. So we have 2 more rooms. See if we're missing anything. 8 fruit, 2 trunks, and a wind-up key. The trunks are in the pool, so it's just all the fruit. Laundry room. I don't think planetarium's really doing us anything. Let's just take this for one more possible room. Coupon book. Let me get one more key card. One more experiment. So our lockpicking has gotten way better. Oh, we get 4 redraws. That's actually potentially nice if we can get what we want. And what I really want here is the mailroom, I think. Let's use this, and then we get a free reroll. Sauna could be good. And we gotta get a bunch of keys. But tomorrow, I mean, could we get a bunch of keys? We have coat check. So like 2 keys. 3 keys with the break room. Let's redraw. Dang it. Study would have been nice earlier, then we could have redraw a bunch. Our lockpicking skills have improved. It's a treasure map. Well, that's unfortunate. We didn't get vestibule. So, you know what I realized though? What this is? I think it's a compass. Because of that map. Symbol of a compass. Looks the exact same. Yeah. So the one thing we can do in here, because of this room, is we can go redo chess. I kind of might do it just to go see. I want to refresh myself on what the king does. And I may take it if I feel like it's valuable. And then we got to decide a room to end in. I know we have so many steps, but I don't know if we can really do exactly what we want. Let's go look at security and just look at the back of throne room, actually. Real quick. Okay. Doesn't look like anything. If only that were the exhibit. We made throne room more common, so that's good. That means all we have to figure out is to get the exhibit in a good spot. We didn't get mailroom today. We did some lab experiments. No mechanarium. Got to room 46 within the outer room. So, where would we want to end today? Actually feels like these days are a little faster now, even though we can basically fill the whole place. Like, I feel like at the moment we've done everything we can in a lot of rooms until we learn that there's something else we need to do, but until then we can go do some more dig spots down here, maybe courtyard. Put the jackhammer away after that. We're at 41 lux, so that means we can get to 50 soon, which would be really nice. For I think it was redrafting when we got to 50. I think it was. It's really valuable. I don't want to overdo it like I did the first time, but could be super valuable for a run soon. And we have 2 aquariums, 2 observatories potentially, so we add that pretty fast. Let's go do... Where's this treasure map go? Okay. So we'll do that last before we drop off the drill. So let's go... With the jackhammer. Let's go down here. Let's do a couple dig spots. I think I may... we could end in the throne room too. I don't know if that's going to do anything different. I would do throne room or tunnel right now. Or entrance hall. Any of those 3 seem good. Anything we would want to do in any of these? Okay. I don't think so. Not that I can think of at the moment. What time is it? It's 2:30. Just wondering if there's anything like really special we could get out of any of these. I know we've pulled some like items like, I don't know, running shoes or something. some sort of keys. I think we got car keys, maybe. So maybe we could get the vault key out of it. I don't know. I mean, we have dinner. Get the lemon glazed salmon again. Not really a need for power. Is there dig spots in there? Sometimes I feel like there are. Where do we go? I don't know. It was actually a really good run. We just didn't quite get what we wanted. Plenty of keys, plenty of gems, plenty of steps. Sometimes it's about what you draft. Freezer right now would have been fine, like. Do we need to go underneath it all? I still have 2 of the sanctums open that I haven't completed, and I think we're really close on those, but I think we're just missing a piece on each. Unfortunately. Alright, some gold. Okay. Not really. Jackhammer back. Oh. Okay. Foundation? I mean, could we end in the foundation? It would be kind of an interesting room. Where would we come in from? Would we come in from right here? Probably. Would it take us somewhere different? It's kind of an interesting one. Like if we took the elevator down, would it take us to a different underground area? I have a lot of questions about the Blessing of the Monk, which I really want to get again because I have so many rooms I want to test out. So it's tough that we only have one. Which room? Vegetable would have been my guess for a room that would have done something. My number 1 guess of what I have left. After that, tunnel's kind of interesting. This room is interesting too. I think we're gonna do tunnel. I don't know. I just feel like there's not really much, like tunnel doesn't feel like it has a ton of uses other than it's a drawing room and that it can be a hall connected to a hall, so you could like with some experiments, I think you can use that to your advantage. But other than that, like, there hasn't been much to it. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll draft tunnel, we'll get it, and you'll just go through an endless tunnel, or maybe it'll lead to something. Maybe it'll just lead right back to that sanctuary room. Maybe that was the whole point of the antechamber, like, but I needed to test something different, so let's try that. We're gonna end our day. I really don't think there's anything else I can do, unfortunately. Like, it's a weird, just a weird, not a weird day, but just a day that didn't have what we were looking for, and at the moment, what we need is not what is provided to us. So, okay. I did put the shovel away, so we're good there. Mount Holly Garden Castle. 7 green rooms with the throne room. It's interesting how day 56 is like covered by the castle, actually. And our outer room was room 46. Okay. I'm going to take a quick restroom break and be right back. Alright, we are back. We're going to go into day number 57, and we're going to instantly check to see if anything happens with the tunnel. Again, it's kind of like Vestibule in the way that there hasn't really been much that it's done for us. It's kind of a room that I look at and go, like, I don't really want to draft it because I don't want to draft a bunch of tunnels as of right now. So, see what happens. There it is. Let's see if it leads anywhere, which it looks like it just, unfortunately, ends in a dead end. So, okay. Kind of a bummer, but we at least tried it. Wasn't sure if it was gonna let us to just keep drafting, or if it would just how far it would go. I mean, there are some dig spots in here, but yeah, doesn't look like anything. So that's good to know. It does make antechamber more interesting, like that was definitely a good call on getting the antechamber, because this just leads to nothing. So that leads me to believe that other rooms probably just will lead to nothing, like they'll just be blocked off. So there was something special about antechamber. I really would like to know about Vestibule, but that's gonna have to wait for another day. Oh, I was gonna do the chess puzzle again. Damn it, that was the other thing I was gonna do. Oh well. I was gonna do that again, but we still have the pawn, so we get everything but the king, but blanking on what the king does, I feel like it was actually decent. But let's see what we're looking for here. Grab Nook. Canarium this early is not what we want. Kennel? Could do kennel. Just need a shovel to pair with that. Oof. Everything's going. So we should be at, what did we say, 40? I think this would put us at 42 luck. Oh yeah, we don't, it doesn't actually tell us after 40. Let's do it. Okay, that's Draxus the Dead. Or the Dread. Key, apples are more delicious. And sail. Storeroom, really. We'll take veranda. So there's a gem there. Take courtyard for the items. Potential. Sledgehammer. If I want to waste 10 here. Oh, keycard. It's not bad. We can guess a random room. The question prize will not be announced. Your guess is as good as ours. It's so weird. It's just a random prize. Do we want to draft out of here? Guess we do. I don't really want to grab garage at this particular moment. Okay, we will do this because we want to get the gems. Okay, a box with a false statement contains the gems. The statement on the blue box is true. So if this is true, that means this is true. Which means this would be false and they'd be in here. The blue box contains the gems. That makes sense. If this is true, then this has to be... It doesn't have to be false. But I think this would have to be false. Because you couldn't have all three. Yeah. So it's either this is true and these are false, or this is false and these are true. So if this is true, let's see how these work together. It means the gems aren't here. A box with a false statement contains the gems. If that is false, then this could not have the gems. I think no matter what, this cannot have the gems because it contradicts where the gems are. If it's true, if this statement is true, this cannot have the gems. If this statement is false, it also can't have the gems. So I think it's here. I think it's in black. I think either way, if this statement is true, it points to black, and I think if it's a false statement, it's meaning a true, basically a true statement has the gems. So, pretty sure. All right. Do we want to draft out of here? Not quite. I think we're getting better at the parlor game. Knock on wood, but... Hello, doggy. Hello, doggies. What do we want to draft? Mailroom. Utility closet. We could do it here. We have the other spot open. This just right here, cabinet. I just know that means something, and I just have not. I know there's gotta be a way to turn that on or do something with it. Hungry, buddy? Thirsty? Hi. He's so happy. Okay, we can save den and hallway. Just take bedroom. Like, my feeling is that that cabinet opens this, maybe. But it could be something completely different. Crap. Okay. I want to do experiments, but I don't like where this goes, so we're gonna take pantry. It also could like have to do with this like cabinet. I don't know. I feel like I'm making zero progress right now. Something's gotta give. Let's redraw. Okay, I like the idea of some dice. Let's draft from here first. These are all like actually pretty good rooms, but like, I don't know. Could I get something that I really want? Like, mailroom. Let's give it a try. We have the redraws for a reason. Take boiler room. Coat check. Can take coat check. Nice to get it early. Beautiful. Keys. Okay. That's nice. We could go for lab here if we turn on the power. What else would it probably get us? Like laundry room? Probably not much else on this edge. This dark room. I'm gonna take commissary, I think. I thought I just ordered a shovel. Maybe because I can't get a shovel? That sucks. Okay. Don't really need anything. We have plenty of gold. I guess observatory is the play. Double sale. Does that mean everything's 25% off? Or 43. Keep going up to 100. Might as well buy the gems. What can we get? We could do showroom and try and just rack up some gold. Let me take one of these too. Let's do showroom. Maybe something good is in here that we can buy. Master key, chronograph. Ornate compass. I like ornate compass. I like chronograph and how we. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I've really used that. More likely to get tomorrow rooms. What tomorrow room would be like? Ooh. I know the tomorrow room we want. Not clock tower. Not planetarium. We want this guy, the mail room. And freezer, you know, could be interesting. So I think let's grab that for now. We can always grab the moon pendant if we want. Red, blue, red, gray. Some of these little like pendants and shit in here are interesting. Alright, well we said we want a mailroom, so do we take it? Yeah, we have a key card. We can get to Foundation. I really want to see. I don't have a magnifying glass, but should be a lot of mail. Holy crap! Okay. So where do we begin? Names right off more. Simon, it's in case it's useful to you. Here's a rough diagram of the steam duct system. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Randolph. So we're finding 46th room. Okay, I think this is where he told us about. Something rather curious. Having few lab assistants were called by Mrs. Babbage, the house manager, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, all of the unused floor plans are kept there, and I have never heard of them being moved to another location. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed. This is where, assuming it was not moved again after I hit it, you should be able to find it in the observatory. That refers to the planetarium. Okay. I really only have. Okay, I have 4. Hey Simon, I'm going to assume at this point you've likely reached the upper ranks of the house and run into our keycard security doors. These are actually a fairly new addition to the house that were designed by Kirk Darren and myself, and were installed after an unfortunate incident 2 years ago when some of your uncle's correspondence was stolen by a member of the staff, Denny Ravane, but somehow managed to reach a room that they should not have been able to find. We're still not 100% sure how he got past the antechamber seals, but it was clear after that episode that not every member of the staff should have unchecked access to the higher ranks of the estate. It's important to note here that in my own experience, I have found every other member of the staff to be extremely trustworthy and unwavering in their loyalty to your uncle. I don't know, Bridget. Bridget's a little sketch, I'm gonna be honest. Ooh. Still, after that incident, we decided to err against our own confidences and opted to install a state-of-the-art security system, issuing keycards to only the most trusted members of the senior staff. If you find the security doors becoming an annoyance while you are attempting to navigate the house, you should be able to lower their frequency from the security terminal, and there's even a nifty trick to unlock them by utilizing the utility closet in conjunction with security settings. Okay, we know that. And then that's a picture of... Okay. I'm going to take a picture of that. I've noticed those sometimes appear. Maybe it's when you use a security door. I honestly haven't paid attention. But commonplace, standard, unusual, rare is 0. What if all 4 are showing? Okay, not super useful, but... Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam power duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a correspondence map for gas power, which is an outdated system that currently is only utilized outside the house in locations on the ground. Apple Orchard, Hovel, Schoolhouse, Gemstone Cameron. Hope this helps. Right off. Yeah, I may have figured that out like 30 days ago, bro, but that's fine. Simon, just in case it wasn't explicit in the emails, I decided to contact DC Power directly and get some additional usage instructions for the VAC system they installed. Please tell me there's something different we can do with this. This information is actually as much for me as it is for you, as I often spend 10 minutes in the utility closet just pressing random buttons until coming up with the desired result, but I rarely understand exactly how it is I get there. After half an hour on hold, I finally got to speak to the technician who personally designed the system and compiled a list of helpful operating instructions. I'll add that material on a separate sheet I'll include with this letter. As always, hope this helps you, Randolph. If 5 or 6 of the indicator lights are all the same color, pressing the 6th indicator will always sync it up to the other 5. Okay, it's kind of interesting. If all 6 lights are green, press any of them will result in the appearance of a blue indicator. If all 6 lights are purple, pressing any of them will result in the appearance of a white indicator. Got that. Pressing a blue indicator will turn it off and flip both its neighbors to blue unless one of those neighbors is red. Okay. Well, bro, that was like 40 episodes ago. Greetings, Simon. Hope all is going well in the estate. I was discussing my communications with you with another fellow technician, Kimberly Thompson, and she suggested I disclose to you the locations of the drafting strategy issues she personally found on the estate. Issue 1, dormitory. Issue 2, drafting studio. Issue 3, library. Issue 4 and 5 are both big shop. The above list is according to her, so I can't personally vouch that these are accurate. Oh, yeah, I've read all those. Oh, shit, we have way more letters. Never mind. Okay, we got more. Let's see what else he's got to do. Ooh. Simon, if I'm going to be mentioning members of the staff, perhaps I should give you a brief introduction. Mrs. Ann Babbage, house manager, and my boss, Kirk Darren, head of security. Is he a pseudonym? I guess that's my question. Is he actually a pseudonym for someone else? Or is that green note a lie? I don't know. Randolph Moore, lead lab technician, network admin, humble author of these letters. Kimberly Thompson, lab assistant and helpful sidekick. Chef DeCamp, head of kitchen, maker of tasty meals. I feel like we've hardly heard from Chef DeCamp. Hartley Ruota, the Baron's personal valet, retiring. Christoph, the chauffeur, and Robert Nogla, the groundskeeper. There are a handful, like Bridget, there are a handful of other names among the various live-out and seasonal service staff, but due to their infrequent mention, I thought it best to omit them from this cursory introduction. Okay. Did not mention Bridget. That's 8 names. Another successful experiment, another letter. You have certainly been keeping yourself busy. As I've spent the last few days racking my brain trying to come up with new clues for you, I'm reminded of your mother's aptly named book, A New Clue, and how fiendishly she hid the clues for her readers within its pages. Don't worry, I won't be hiding my clues for you in imagery, requiring you to comb the text with a magnifying glass. The truth is, I'm not clearly as clever or creative as she was. The best I could muster trying to be cryptic and mysterious would be something like, break the bricks in the weight room with something that has a handle and is very heavy. I am afraid that in spite of my best efforts, the result is not quite cryptic and even less mysterious. I suppose I'll leave the riddles to your great uncle and his niece. Funny. We did that. Oh. Dear Simon, as I've been running out of ideas of my own, yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on, and to my surprise, he gave me an envelope and directed me to include it in my next correspondence to you. I did not ask him what it contained, so I'll be very curious to hear from you after this is all over and find out whether or not it was of any use. Until next time, Randolph. Okay. This actually feels like it could be good. Safe code red 4368. The numbers 6, 7, and 9 do not appear in any of the fixed combinations of the safes on the estate. It's interesting. Unfortunately, we've unlocked 7 of them. Fixed combinations of safes on the estate. That's kind of interesting. Maybe that's just a reference to the time one, because that one could potentially have a 6, 7, or 9. Safe code 1213. That's the year I think we wrote down. Safe code D8. Is that the reference to December 8? Is that what that was? I felt like the Queen on D8 was referencing Queen date. Like it was about the Queen. Which to Sinclair would be his mom was the Queen. Or is it just D8, December 8? That would be kind of funny. Green, there is a safe on rank 10. Brother, are the green memos true or not? There is a safe on rank 10. I don't know. Is that true? The only thing I can think is the way to get the safe is to do the map. And do the map, you have to find all the sanctum keys. And to find all the sanctum keys, we've got to freaking get 7, and then we have to get somehow room 8, and I have no clue how to do that. That's funny. Okay, we just took a picture of this one, because I wasn't aware of that. I don't even know what 4368 is a reference to. We know that is the year. I know what that is. Okay. Well, anyways. So many letters. Simon, I can't think of any reason you need to access the server administrator controls before I return, but your father has mentioned your interest in computers, so I have a feeling you may be a bit more hands-on than your great uncle. You'll find the admin terminal in Blackbridge Grotto, a small cavern sealed, much like the story, off of the East Drive. I believe I'd previously explained how to restore power to the grotto in one of my earlier letters. However, keep in mind that accessing the terminal requires an admin key. Unfortunately, I won't be able to set one up for you until I return, but your admin key will eventually be Jones. This is just Joan S. First 4 letters of your family name, or if you prefer, we could use a pseudonym. I'm sure we'll discuss it in greater detail when I return. I wonder if that's a hint to the fact that there are pseudonym passwords. On there. I think that's what that's kind of referencing. Simon, if you do end up accessing the admin controls in Blackbridge Grotto, I'm sure you notice the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. As you likely have already concluded for yourself, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted in the central pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you and have left one of the microchips in the grotto for ready access. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others with the hammer. Okay. Randolph. Alright, buddy. I mean, kind of helpful. How many have we? 4, 5, 6. 15 letters from him? Jeez. how many more letters can this guy send us? So what do we think? This is kind of interesting, just to get the names for sure. These are kind of interesting. The safe unranked 10. Oh, nice. Really makes me think that there is a safe probably behind that poster. Whatever it is. With the pins. And so we need to focus on the sanctum keys to get the 8th letter. Sanctum keys are in the vault. And then in room 8. Save our money. How to get to room 8 though? Sorry, I thought I saw something. My thoughts on room 8. How do we get to room 8? I think we'll get opportunities at Freezer since we have chronograph. I was gonna test something out though. Room 8. Is room 8 only draftable? Once we have all 7 keys? The other 7 keys? It could only be draftable at that point once we've done that? It says the last key of 8. Where did I take that picture? And the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. Which I first thought maybe it meant the sanctum keys, but now, like, this is literally the last room we've gotten in this game. Or does it have to do with this whole puzzle with the throne room and closed exhibit? Like, I'm really not sure. All I know is that final room of 8 is very elusive. Okay, 20 plus 3 is 23. Minus 13 is 10. Times 2 is 20. Divided by 4 is 5. 1 squared is 1. Minus 3 is negative 2. Minus 10 is negative 12. No, sorry, that's not minus. What am I doing? 1 times 3 is 3. 30 divided by 15 is 2. Why did I do minus? Okay. 1. I think this is just 1. I didn't even have to do the math there. It's 1 times 1 divided by 1 squared. It's 1. It's just 1. That's hilarious. Take the classroom. We could get some redraws here. That's the benefit of this room. While drafting, you may draw new floor plans for each drafting room you have. So we have 1, 2. Okay. I mean, we get 2 redrafts. We have a silver key. Three redraws, okay. Let's take 1. Ooh, we can go back. We can rewind if we like the rooms we previously had. That's cool. But it's the... Ah, there's the vestibule, you bastard. Bastardo, man. Needed that yesterday. Could rewind. How many rewinds can we do in one run? Oh. We go back to the beginning. Neat. I don't hate that. We don't have a ton of keys, so let's do Rotunda. We have plenty of gems. Freezer. I'll try and grab that later. We gotta just take a closet though. Security, then we can do some experiments. We can also order. But we have a key card, don't we? Let's log in. Excuse me. Just go back to doing magnifying glass. I think the shovel glitched it out and it just didn't give us anything then. So I like when we can buy the shovel, the sledgehammer, everything else from the running shoes from the commissary. So No data packets available at this time. Okay. So let's remote into the lab. See what experiments we can do. Preferably, we would do something with more mail. I mean, it doesn't hurt. And then, or removing crates. Oh, we got one or the other. Each time you unlock or bypass security door. Let's do that. And remove a crate. I probably should have double checked we actually had a key card, but yeah, we do. I was pretty sure we did. Okay. That's exciting. So hopefully we get lots of security doors. That's not great. Furnace would have been good earlier. We'll take kitchen. Probably. Give me some key cards. Give me some security doors. I will take treasure trove. Or I think we'll be good to get freezer at some point. What do we want? Probably this again. We could take the money. What do we want in the corners? Let's take the money. So we can actually potentially buy out the storeroom today. Okay. So here's something that's interesting is that when we took this in the outer room, we got a chest that we could not unlock. I need to go back and look what that even looked like, but it did not unlock with the key we had. So that would be interesting to see if we can figure out what key that takes. So this is a blue moon. I keep saying I need to reorganize these, but blue moon. So this says blue boxes marked by this contain false statements. Okay, do we have any of those? I hate these notes. I'm just calling these flames. So we had a blue moon, we've had a... Yeah, we really gotta go back. Redo these notes, I think. Put them all on one page so it's easier to cross-check. One of the notes says, the true treasure of the trove is not in the house. And I think that note was true because it was technically not in the house. It was on the grounds in the outer room. We drafted that, and that's the true treasure of the trove. How do we open that? I don't know, but I think that was the true treasure of the trove. Shoot. Can I get a security door? every green room in our house. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 green rooms. It would be a lot right now, but take the steps. We can actually take Rotunda to the left. Let's go back and do that real quick. We got 30 gold from this. Damn. Just take dining room. The food. The food. Plenty of food. Plenty of steps. Locked. Wait, no, it's not locked on the other side, I'll tell you that. We'll take planetarium here. Let me get some keys. Is there anything this room does? Not that I can tell. It's a pretty cool room. I wish it did more. Actually still has the same, it looks a lot like the observatory. It's just closed off. I wonder what would happen if all of these aligned. Is there a time of day that they all align? And if you were in here when they all aligned? I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting. Right now they don't look anywhere close to. Because like the inside ones are all moving a little faster. This guy's moving real slow. So these two, if these got close together, that would be the time to like, okay, maybe they're gonna align soon. Still a ways away. Could come back. Be kind of cool. See if that does anything. Okay. Showroom is all the way over there. We have no keys. Could go buy some keys at commissary if we needed. Let's go. We have steps. We have steps to burn. Okay. See what we can buy now. Might as well just bought the master key. Shit. Well, fuck. You know, I should have done mailroom because I literally have access to that, but it's fine. I really want to remove crates as much as possible. I think that's going to lead us somewhere better than what the mail is doing in the long run. Like, the mail's nice. I think I've gotten like one really useful thing out of it, which was getting the planetarium. but also planetarium has been, so far, I feel like there's got to be more to it, but so far we have no clue what that actually does for us, so it's been kind of a dud. Just walk through here. What? Oh, it's blocked off. Even man. Okay. One gem lying around. It's right here. Cool. Throne room, they say. Right when we can't do shit with it. And that would make us stuck. So, we're not going to take it. To be fair, we don't really need it. Take cloister. Some gems. Plenty of gems. I really need to see where these security doors are going to be. If there's not one in here, I'm pissed. Okay, there's one. Fudge. Definitely should have gone the other way first. Damn it. Just take clock. Create is removed from the tunnel. Ooh. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore, carried by westwardly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. And I realize, I think this is the symbol for, this is, a Raja, which we've already done. I thought that was one of the other ones we were working on, but it wasn't. Okay, we got one crate removed. Master key. I want Solarium during a run, but we don't really need it here. And unfortunately that cuts us off. This is our last door. Damn, man, we got one security door. That hurts my heart. Definitely hurts my heart. Okay, we'll take Freezer for the gems tomorrow. Couldn't buy out the showroom. That's okay. Let's go down the foundation. I wonder if the key we needed in the treasure trove was the basement key. I don't know. Just needed a special key, and like I'm trying to think what key could have unlocked that you could access. Unless it's a key we've just never seen before. I don't know. It kind of scares me that it was the basement key because we would have had access to like getting that there. And I don't know the next time we're gonna get that blessing. Like, that blessing took us a long time to come by, so we're not gonna be able to test out a lot of our theories with that for a while. We learned so much by getting that blessing, and we're just... I don't know. So which ones have we not done? We haven't opened Arch, we haven't opened Kororika, so we've got... This is Morajai, I believe. This one is Nuance. So Nuance. We know it's aviation. We know it's green. What are our other options? Kororika is snow. See if it's saved where we left it. It did. So we know we have the naval, right? The lines. Naval, or, wait, what is... Did I do that wrong? Where am I? Did I fuck that up? Maybe I was on the wrong thing. I think it's because I was on the wrong thing. We have it as naval. It should be aviation. Holy crap. Maybe that's what I messed up. Maybe try windy. Huh. That's aviation. Okay. So then what are we trying to do? Windy. I don't know if it's windy, but this is tribal. And then what's their color? Green Stellaris. I don't think this is right. If I were to guess. Okay. So let's try. Try the other option that I think it choose, which would be agricultural. I think we might have passed it. Try this with no weather. Really? What are the other options for the lines? What if they're just rainy? I don't know. It almost looks like they could be rainy. Which would be 3 lines. I just know we've done a rainy one in the past already. Maybe there's... Is this 100% green? Like... their mode. That's so weird. Nuance. What else do I know about nuance? Probably haven't paid attention enough in some of the books about them. There's probably some mentions of nuance. And this one... I actually don't know if this is where I left it off. Because color-wise... this is black. That's not how I had it. These guys are white. Just that. Like my guess would be that they're windy. Ships. To me, that makes the most sense that they'd be windy. It would be naval, so you'd be all of them. I was actually right. Oops. just don't know how these are right. I feel like it's down to one or the other on both of them, and I'm just not getting it. But maybe my assumption is just that... What the fuck? I swear I've tried that. I swear I've tried this combo. Agricultural. No weather. How did I not try that? So they're ag. Jesus Christ. No weather. Right? Which means, like, nuance. Shouldn't nuance have to be... like tribal? And then windy? Like... It's the only things I have left. I have Arch Aries. If you go through this, Foggy is Fen Aries and Orinda Aries. Wavy Heat is Vera. Rainy is Araja. Stormy is Arch. Snowy is Costa Rica. And none is Morajai. So the last is windy. Don't they have to be windy? With tribal? I swear I've tried that. So we got agricultural for Morajai. Marshall is Fen Aries. Metro is Orinda, I believe. Academic is Costa Rica. Industrial is Arch. Spiritual is Vera. Poetic is Araja. So that leaves tribal. Alright, let's go check this out. I swear I've had this. Where's this one? Morajai box, fun for the family. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical... Oh, we are doing Morajai anyway, so that's fun. These small mechanical puzzle boxes originated on the island Morajai as a children's game. Oh, well, hello there, sir. Okay. You gonna come say hi? As a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes as both lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over time, the box spread from port to port and eventually found their way into the homes and hearts of every realm. A traditional Morajai box is distinguished by a lid featuring 3x3 grid of white. I think we've read this. While the fad may have ended, Morajai boxes still make for a memorable gift for both collectors and puzzle enthusiasts. I think we read this one in maybe the... What's that bedroom called? The master bedroom? So this is Costa Rica, or not Costa Rica, Morajai, which is white. What does pink do? Yellow goes, I think, north? Yeah, it does. me get... I'm assuming the objective is to get all white. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. White switches 2 to gray, okay. Got it, so... It switches gray to white. That's right. Gotta get this one over here. Okay. Hold on. He's being good, but then he decided to go climb on things he's not supposed to, so... And he's gotta go. Okay. So we gotta get this to there. Shoot. Back again. Okay. Can we get these? I think we messed up because I don't think we can move these now. Could we have? I think because we moved. Okay. This should be fine. There we go. Easy. Once we figured out the technique. Beautiful. Not too bad. Alright, the white flags of Morajai. See what we learn here. So, it's beautiful. Beautiful, just nice weather at Morajai. Oh, look at this tower. There's a fruit. What are all these? That Morajai is kind of interesting. What is this? Okay, after a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morajai. So that's a clue right there. It was a short sea voyage. So we'll have to look on the map. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Jaioril, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. Maybe the Jaioril is that fruit-looking thing? I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Herbert. Oh, I get it. I think they like to be around people. Okay. So that tells us that he came from somewhere close, across the sea. We're gonna need to put this map together a little bit better, but so he came to Morajai after a short sea voyage. That's our clue there. Morajai is over by Kororika and Vera, I believe. So I would imagine he came from there, from one of those two. Okay. So let's see if we can crack Nuance now. So Nuance, according to our notes, should be aviation, which looks good right there. Of course, it's the first thing we change. Why would it be? Aviation. I think it should be windy. It's the only thing left. Unless I completely messed up. I'm checking all the colors because I honestly, maybe I messed up the freaking. Maybe I just don't have the right color. Like. I think this is green. Is it not windy? Tribal. You know what? Did I mess up? I think I messed up. I think Vera was tribal. Let's go double check Vera. I think. Is that Vera? No, we put spiritual for them. Okay. That is spiritual. Desert. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I deeply love my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother. One thing I do remember vividly was, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera upon arriving is lent one of these hard-shell friends for the duration of their stay, to serve as both steed, guide, and companion. I'm still in the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai. So he goes Morajai, then he goes to Vera. So I think it's probably Kororika, Morajai. Kororika, Morajai, Vera. Double check that what we put for all of these. Okay, this is poetic, rainy, trains. I was a little disappointed that there has not been a drop of rain during my time here as every erosion story I've ever heard has begun with rain. I suppose the anecdotes I made on the strip will have to do without the flavorful setting. However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. Lorja Yena Ajlordun. by... Fuck. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Okay, and here's Fen. Which is last. Says air travel is much better than sea travel. Maybe he came from, I feel like before he came from, maybe he came from Nuance last before Fen, because he's like, after traveling the sea a shit ton, possibly. This is Metro. Yeah. Okay. What do I have wrong in here? Unless I have Nuance and Kororika, like, their sigils opposite. I have to go back and look in the books, but... I don't think this is Kororika, though. Kororika has the symbol. I've seen that a million times. Got it right. Shit's making me second guess myself, but... yeah, Kororika tells us what Kororika is anyways. The only ones we don't know are Vera, Nuance, and Morajai. From the classroom tests, we can figure out which are which. So I have the right sigil. So what's wrong here? The only thing I can think of is it's the moat. I feel like it's gotta be windy. They ride blimps, after all. The 5 rays is just above the horizon. That's aviation. honestly just gonna try all the modes. Okay. So there are apparently Marshall as well. Okay. That was gonna maybe be my thought because they did help Ten Ares, so they could be Marshall, but I thought they would all be different. So I guess there was no tribal primitive realm. We had the win right, we had everything else right. It was just the moat that was being frustrating. The nuance variation. Puzzle boxes became just as popular in the air hangers of nuance as they had in the ports of Morajai. Green tiles were introduced with an ability that allowed them to instantly jump across the board, representing the ease with which air travel conveys its cargo. When green tiles are pressed, that tile swaps with the opposite tile on the far side of the box. Cool. Yep, we know that. And we know that orange becomes whatever. What is this? What does pink do again? Okay, we don't want to do that. What does pink do? Get that easy. Just won't change because it's got there we go. Nice. So how do we move green though? What happens with pink? I have an idea. Wait. Let's go back. I think pink goes down. Okay, yep. That's how this works. Okay, I think we might have to restart, but I have an idea now. Because pink goes down, so if we get pink to the top, that's good. Won't switch yet unless we... Oops. No, that's green. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't mess this up. so close. Got it. Whew. Nice, 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 nice. Beautiful. 2 of these completed here. Looks like something there. Okay. We have 6 of the sanctums done. We just need the last 2 keys. Let's read what this says. Ooh, look how cool that is, though. Is that like a... Dang. They're like an advanced civilization. Holy crap, I want to go there. That's pretty cool. They're martial. Yeah, they're definitely not, I was gonna say, they can freaking fly blimps. That wouldn't make sense for them to be, primitive, but it was the only option left. They're definitely far from primitive. Okay, the Royal East Air Hangar via airmail. By far my favorite realm I visited during this trip, but I've always had a penchant for technology, and I'm less moved by the beauty of nature than others. Interesting. Makes sense, though, with him. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Costa Rica or the beaches of Morajai. Perhaps I'm just letting my childhood love of the Digiblocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. Okay, so this is the end. Okay, so we put this together, his order. Actually had a list. So he starts at Orinda, ends at Fen. Second to last is Nuance. We probably could make educated guesses, but I don't 100% know. I think we decided the order was... What was it? Costa Rica, Morajai, Vera. That was right. But I don't know if when in the order he did those. We probably need to figure out Arch, and when he goes to Arch. Let's double check that that's right. So we don't have Costa Rica open, but we can check Morajai. We can't even get to room 46 today, so I mean, we have this door. What doors do we need? We need... Need the room that we have. Greenhouse or weight room, I think. Okay, after a short sea voyage, we arrived. So, short sea voyage. To me, that means he came from Costa Rica to Morajai. Yep, and then he goes to Vera. So where does Raja fit into this? However, even though they're in the puddles and ponds that Dr. Understand make this place feel different than home. Almost feels like it could be second. Lorja Jena. Back to our study of Arajan. Lorja is last. Last word, Jena. I think is lore is word. First word, loon. Is water. What does that mean? Excuse me. First word, water. Hello, water. Goodbye. Jena, maybe land? Jena could be land. Because Lorja and Ajlor is hello and goodbye, I think. Lorja is goodbye. I think it's goodbye Jena, which could be land. Question mark there? Hello, loon is water. Hello, water. So that means he's getting ready for a boat trip. Okay. Damn, I really want to go into room 46. Whoa! The fuck just happened? Unfortunately, you tripped and must fall in a day. I didn't know that could happen. You have pushed yourself off the very edge of exhaustion and appear to have fainted. The next morning you will wake in your tent with only a blurry, lingering memory of a dream you were having. A dream in which you were falling. Bro, what? I've never... That's actually hilarious. I'm glad I didn't have... I probably didn't put my, hammer, my, power, my drill back in, we didn't end in a specific day, but I guess that didn't matter. What happened? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I just turned and I just got yeeted. Okay. That actually counted the day, though, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, we got yeeted. Dang it, yeah, we didn't go back to Kochek, I don't think. There wasn't really much else for us to do. So I don't feel terrible about that. We didn't do Freezer. Our outer room was tunnel. Didn't end up doing anything, but that's fine. We learned something from that. Other than that, not everything's gonna have a use in the outer room. So the things we chose early on were good. Antechamber, room 46. Treasure trove, like those were all good. Those were all different. So I can't be too mad about that. Really want a vestibule though. Holy crap, I'm gonna have to go watch that. I think that's gonna do it for us here in this episode though. I guess we'll leave it off there. Hopefully next time we can get to room 46, maybe take a guess at the map. Or maybe what would be even better is we can somehow get the final vault key again. And then hopefully get the sanctum key that's in there, I'm assuming. And then we can open maybe like Arch Ares. I think I have an idea where Korrika lies in it more so. I know it's at least before Morajai, so that would mean it's, and I think it's probably, well, I was just going to do this. I was going to say, I think it's probably Orinda Ares 1, Araja 2, I would say Korrika, Morajai, Vera, then Arch, Nuance, Fen. Seems like he might have gone around and then come back to the top and come down a little bit to Nuance, but not 100% sure on where Arch is. Arch maybe could have been before he takes the boat trip. I think we've got the first two and the last two probably pretty okay. It's just a matter of, I think he does go from Miraja to Korrika. So I guess that it's if Arch Ares is 2 or is it 6? I think is the question. Korrika, Morajai, Vera are 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6. So that's really my only question. Okay. That was a good episode. Didn't do exactly what we wanted. I think one of my main goals was getting vestibule, and we just didn't draw it, so that's unfortunate. But we did learn some cool things. We got into room 46 in the outer room and got that the deed basically to Lord Arthur Clementine, selling or giving Mount Holly Estate to Lady Oravai, Baroness Oravai. Pretty cool indeed. Okay, well, if you made it this far in the video, I do appreciate you being here, and can't wait to see you all more for more blueprints. I'm gonna go check out what the hell just happened at the end of that last day. But thanks for being here. Have a great night, day, wherever you are, and see you next time.